Hi everyone, welcome back to Spiritual Growth Tarot. I'm Denise and this reading is for Friday, January 22nd, 2021. And as always, my intention is to find some healing for our souls, so whatever we need to know, but then also for the day. Okay, so we have the Fool as the theme. And then we have the Ace of Wands reversed and the Nine of Swords reversed. Okay, so actually this card's not bad to have reversed at all. But with the Fool, we're in a new beginning. We're on a new adventure. I always hear Gabrielle Bernstein's voice in my head when I see this card. She says, the universe has your back. I think she has a deck called The Universe Has Your Back. Maybe a book as well. But there's lots of YouTube videos out there if you want to check her out. That's Gabrielle. No, actually, yeah, Gabrielle Bernstein. Okay, so new adventures, brand new beginnings. All possibilities are open. Brand new, fresh start. The guidance is to, take a chance, go on an adventure, and be free. Allow yourself to, grow your wings on the way down as you take the leap into the unknown. And, in the major arcana, the Fool stands out. That's why it's called 0, or numbered 0, is because it stands out alone, as it shows the journey through. Like, hold on, if I do this quickly. Hold on, I have this other deck here with... So here's the Fool again, but I'll just lay out a few cards of the majors. And, just starting out. So we always look at the Fool as being the hero's journey, if you want to go with Joseph Campbell's, awareness, which is really beautiful. So we're on a journey, and in every lifetime we have a journey, and we're going to move through each one of these gateways of evolution. And if you look at it as just, here we are, we're here on the planet, we have incarnated, and we have a mind that can help us decide what to do as we grow, but we have a mind to discern what's going on around us, and we can create our reality as we go along, but we don't know this as a child. But if we just look at these gateways here, this is brand new, this is really new, we're brand new here, and then with this gateway here, we're learning to step into developing something brand new. So if you're a baby, you're developing, you're listening, and you're learning, and you're sensing, and you have your intuition, you have your mom and your dad, and you even have extended family like grandparents and the structure of society to help you and hold you. So that's just one little thing to remember, that each of the major arcana holds a gateway of awareness and consciousness. So, but the Fool always stands alone, and you'll get the card every time you're embarking on something new, or you're needing to, in your guidance, is to just trust the universe. And that's especially true when the Ace of Wands comes in reversed, because this card can definitely be about delays. It can be about an opportunity that wasn't taken. Here we had the opportunity, here we have the opening, because this is the theme. This card is the theme. But we didn't take it in the past, so it's going to open again, just to know that it'll come back around, unless you just keep rejecting it. If you keep rejecting yourself and your love and who you are, and you alienate yourself from yourself, then you will continue to, miss the chances that are, or miss the doors that are opening, is a better way to say it. So if it's just been some bad news, if it's just been a little bit of a delay, not to worry. that usually it will open again, especially if you set the intention to, tell your guides, don't let me miss an opportunity, and you stay open. You have to stay open with the Fool card. You really have to be open. Now with the Nine of Swords reversed, like I was saying, I kind of like this card reversed because it has to do with, well, it can oftentimes, because when it's straight up, I oftentimes see it as the dark night of the soul. And it can be all about, fears and sometimes literally a headache and, being depressed or feeling like a failure. So when it's reversed, you can sometimes read it as the opposite of that. So releasing the fears, releasing the feeling of entrapment. You've made it through the dark night of the soul. But you guys know how I work. If I have a reverse card, I'll often go to the card before it to see what some clues are. With the Ace of Wands, there is no card before it, so you just let it go. And go with either the inverted consciousness or the reverse, the exact opposite. Which when it's straight up, of course, like we know, it's a lot of power and it's a brand new fresh start, action, moving forward. When it's reversed, it's the opposite of that, oftentimes, or just the inverted essence of that card, meaning that you're not fully there yet. And that's okay. That can be okay, especially to have the Fool here because it's a brand new. This is something brand new, big new beginning. Now, with the Nine of Swords reversed, we could go back to the Eight of Swords, and that card has to do with, here, let me show you. Oh, goodness. My card's a little too far away today. There's the Four. Yeah, okay. So here's the Eight of Swords, just to grab a hold of the image. I love the way the artwork here has depicted a mirror. This card to me is my card of, our own little self-created prisons. So if we are going to use the analogy or the method of going previous, to the preceding card, then this is the card where we have to look at why we are rejecting ourselves, why we keep ourselves so closed in. We really need to not look outside. You can see here she's looking up and she's looking outside, and she has blindfolds on and she's not looking at all. Her hands might be tied, but her feet are, and she can, no matter what deck it is, you can get away, you can walk away. So the question is always, why are you not looking inside to figure out why you're limiting yourself? And that's especially true when we have the Nine of Swords, because if we don't look at it as, looking at where we put ourselves in our own little self-created prisons, we can still look at the reversed meaning with this Nine of Swords, which can have to do with, you finally faced your fear and you're moving on. So that will be true for some of you, and that's excellent. Excellent. No more missing opportunities. You're going to move forward and trust, and you've moved on from some fears because you have faced them, dead on, and you realize that, what is that acronym for fear? It's like false evidence appearing real. You realized it was a lie, and you're just going to move on. Sometimes this card, when it's reversed, still has us in some type of a struggle, and we might even be like avoiding others or feeling some lack of self-confidence, some self-doubt in here. So if that's the case, this would be the card to help you get inside of how you're limiting yourself. Why would you do that? Why would you feel trapped and hopeless and isolated and powerless? To know that those are all false beliefs. And it doesn't do anyone any good to stay in those places where you're hopeless and you feel helpless. Now, if you're moving through like a baby place, many times children have been traumatized when they are pre-verbal, and along the levels of human development. There are levels to heal, and because I've hit them before, I've done that, and that's the way the healing work goes. You tend to go back and back and back and back, and you hit the baby wounding, and you even go into past life wounding and work through it. So it's a beautiful process. It doesn't need to be scary or limiting or challenging, but at every step, you're going to question, is this true anymore? Am I still helpless? But you do have to go through the feelings and the pain. And when it's pre-verbal, as in an infant stage, when it happened as an infant, like if you were like me who was schedule fed, I thought I was going to die. But at least when I got in touch with that place, I thought I was going to die. And you feel very, very helpless, and you have nothing other to do. When you're at that place, you tend to just have to surrender. You surrender to your spirit, you surrender to the universe, because you're thrown back on yourself. Because when nobody comes, when you're a baby, no matter what it is, if you're being forced to cry yourself to sleep for whatever reason, maybe you're colicky or fussy and your parents couldn't handle you and they thought, or somebody told them the wrong way to go, which is just let them cry it out. That will cause you to fall back into yourself because you can't trust your surroundings. So meeting that pain at some point on your journey will open up that fear of, trusting. This card has to do with trust. Like, can I really trust the universe? Well, you can. You definitely can. But you just have to go through the pain of the past, get yourself out of that self-created prison, and let go of the fears of it happening again. And as you do that, everything will clear out in such a beautiful way that the universe really does open up for you. It truly, truly opens up for you. So for this reading, I want to draw, hold on, give me a moment. Let me put these up here. Well, let's put them up here for a minute because this deck is so big. Let's draw some cards from this deck. Or let me draw some cards. I say let's because I know my guides are right here helping me. Let's see what else we need to know. Oh, yes, that's right. Okay. Now this further reiterates what I was seeing with these cards. Okay, let's see. Maybe we can do it like this. If these will all fit. Oh, I have plenty of room here. Actually, I don't. This one's so gorgeous, though, I don't want to cover any of it up. Okay. And I'll read the little message. So, the butterfly spirit says transformation is beautiful. And that's exactly what I was talking about before. That is the transformational process. And ant spirit says it's time to collaborate. So that goes with what was coming through at the end here, where I felt like, you just have to get to the place where you've gone through the pain and you've met the fears of the past, and you do realize that you're not alone. You have to trust that just because it happened when you were little over and over and over again doesn't mean it's going to happen as an adult. Once you've met the pain of the past and you've accepted the false beliefs that have come up from within, like you would, if you're a child like that, you're going to believe that no one's ever going to be there for you. You have to do everything all on your own. And you're going to grow up and be pretty independent, but when it comes to trusting other human beings, that's going to be an issue to work with. And as you do that, as you trust your sisters and brothers on the planet, you're going to collaborate even more, and you're going to realize that we all have wounding of some type or another, or many types, right? And it doesn't make us any way less than. In fact, it makes us stronger. It's like in one of those episodes in Kidding with Jim Carrey, in that show Kidding that's on Showtime. Oh my goodness, I wrote down the episode number somewhere. If anybody wants it, let me know and I'll dig through my notes and find it. But it was called, or you can search for it in the title. It had Kitsugi, I believe, Kitsugi. It's a Japanese term for where they actually like break a bowl and then glue it back together with gold, gold leaf, some type of, or they glue it back together in a way that you can see, and usually they use gold leaf, but where you can see where the broken pieces were and put back together. But the message with the Kitsugi is that you're not less than because you were broken. You're actually stronger because you healed, because you went through the process of healing. And I can't remember the exact line in the show, but you can Google it. You can Google it anywhere. It'll come up. Kitsugi will come up, and if you ask for the episode in Kidding, it'll tell you. I want to say it's episode 9 or 5, but I can't remember. And it's in the first season, I think. Yeah, the first season. I think it's the first season, episode 9. But anyway, moving forward with Flamingo Spirit, embrace the in-between is the message. Embrace the in-between. And that is truly what it's like when you're healing. You literally have one foot in one realm. You have one foot in the past, and this is the way it was, and you're healing it, and you've worked through it, or you're trying to work through it, but you're aware of it. You've accepted it, and you're meeting the pain of the past. Once you do that, it opens up this other realm. So you literally have the problem on one side, the process is in the middle, and then the promise is over here on the right side. So what happens is that you're in this gap, you're in that in-between. And to embrace the in-between is what you need to do in order to to work through it. In fact, being in the gap it comes through a lot within, hold on, let me see if I can find. Nope, one more. This card here, Temperance. This card to me, it's Archangel Michael, but this card to me brings in the law of mutual reception. And this is that place where you're working through. You've got one part of your being or one part of your consciousness in one realm, but your greater consciousness is over here in this other realm. And as a human being, here you are in the middle, right in the center, trying to hang on. Well, eventually what happens is you let go of the painful past. After you've gone through the process, you just surrender it to the divine mind of the universe, and know that that's all you needed to do was accept it, and you can hand it over. And then what happens is you open up to the beautiful promise of the way life can be for you. So if we're embracing the in-between, we're in that law of mutual reception. And that's where, like attracts like. Two things come together to make some beautiful big third. We've got the Holy Trinity there. And this is how we create. We can't create in a vacuum, and we don't create unless we open up to, that mutual reception there. We have to open up to receive, and we have to open up to be received. And know that the universe is bound by law to receive you. So that's it. Embrace that in between. Okay, you guys, I am done with this reading, and I'll be back later for Saturdays. Okay, take good care. Hope you're going to have a wonderful weekend. Make it good. Bye.